Alright, so with keyword research, what you're trying to do is rank your product for specific related keywords. Then what happens is when someone types that keyword into Google, you will show up on the front page for that specific keyword only. So you want buyers that are going to buy your product. So you need to find buyer intent keywords is what we call them. So for this example, we'll stick to the fire starter product just to make things easier. And I'll show you the process that I would do to find specific keywords that are good to target to get you free organic traffic. So watch the screen carefully because we're going to go through choosing the right keywords. Now this is very important. Remember this statement. Think like the customer. You need to think like the customer. What would you type into Google if you wanted to find a fire starter or you wanted information on a fire starter? For example, the main keyword for this would be emergency fire starter. But that makes no sense because when people search emergency fire starter, they could be searching for videos based on it. They could be searching for information. But we want people that are going to buy the product and could buy the product possibly or have an interest in buying the product. So what you would do is write down a bunch of keywords related to your product. So for example, this is the main keyword for this would be emergency fire starter. But what I would want to do is do things like best emergency fire starter, cheap emergency fire starter, buy emergency fire starter, where to buy emergency fire starter, buy fire starter, best fire starter, best flint match, because that's also what they're called. So find alternative names for them. Buy cheap flint match, best survival fire starter. So can you see the pattern here? I'm going for people that are going to be interested in buying the product. So it's already hot traffic. If we're going to try target emergency fire starter, for one, it'll be too hard to get onto the front page for that one probably. And second, it's going to be cold traffic that's not really interested in buying. So it's very important to find traffic where people are going to buy. You're going to get much better conversion rates. You're going to make more money. You're going to make more profits. And that's what matters in the Shopify game, is making those profits, right? You're not in this just to do for the fun of it, right? You're in the Shopify game to make some money. So organic traffic and buyer intent keywords, that is the key to this organic traffic stuff. So take a look over the screen, pause the video, and make sure you get the idea of what I'm talking about, how you make sure you understand it before you go into choosing your keywords. So what I would do is, we're not going to use all these keywords. We're only going to try target one or two. But naturally, you're possibly going to show up on the first for others anyway. But I'm just going to target one or two. And that's what I mostly do. If you start targeting too much, it's just too much work for you. And you don't really need to, because once Google gets an idea of what your product is about from your other keywords, it'll start ranking you for all these other ones anyway. So that's the way I see it anyway. You need to go for buyer intent keywords. Now, to do your research, this is important. You need to have a keyword research tool. Now, you can use Google Planner. It's free, but it's not very good. It has minimal stats. There's really the only indication it gives you is how much searches it gets a month, and that's really useless. We don't need to, we need to know that, but we need to know how much competition there is and stuff like that. So we'll go back to this slide, and we'll use some of these keywords. I'm going to show you a tool that I use. If you want to get it, there's a link below. But this is what I use. It's called Key Search. And this will give you all the data you need to make your life a lot easier when finding keywords. So, for example, we're going to go back and grab, let's say, for example, we just put in the main keyword here. So we copy the keyword, we put it into, go on the research tab, I put it in, and I go emergency fire starter. And we'll let that load up, and then I'll kind of go through the stats with you when we get it. So as you can see here, we'll start on the competition side of things. So competition is moderate, is easy and moderate, like kind of a medium. I go for anything below 35. The lower the number, the easier it is to rank, or the better chance you have of ranking. So for instance, on the right here, you'll see fire starter. I've already checked it. Fire starter is 64, very, very hard. But then emergency fire starter is 40. and then Fire Striker is 26. So I've already found keywords that I can rank for, and I can just click on them and it'll research for those specific keywords. So even straight away, like, you can just get recommendations from the right bar here. There's heaps of them. Now let's cover search volume. Volume is how many times it gets searched per month. Now in Shopify, my suggestion would be to not worry about high numbers. I rank for keywords that are usually between 100 to 1,000 searches a month because it's buyer traffic. It's really specific. If you get let's say you get 50 visits to your site per month from the searches, if they've got buyer intent, they're going to convert very well. I'm talking like 30 to 50%. So you could get 50 sales from 100. So you could, if we're doing 50, you could get like 25 sales. And that's just for one product. If your store has heaps of products, you're going to get heaps of sales from organic traffic. So search volume doesn't matter much. Obviously, the more high the search volume is, the better, but the harder it becomes to rank for. Now on this page, we have all the websites that are ranking in the top 10. And usually if you see things like Amazon, you're not going to outrank them because they just dominate the scene. But at least if you can get to like 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th, even 9th, you'll still get some traffic. And you can just, with this tool, you can go and check out the sites by right-clicking. Now, what does all this stuff mean? So PA means page authority, how much authority the page has. The higher the number, the harder it is going to be to outrank them. Then we have DA, domain authority. Same thing as PA, but it's for the whole domain. Higher the number, harder it is to outrank them. All of these you don't really need to worry about. So links is how many backlinks the page has. Title, what this means is, do they have the keyword in their title? Do they have it in the description? Do they have it in the URL? So that's what that all means. Now, so look at this website. See, so this website's ranking for fire starters, a whole page. And you can gauge that information by just right-clicking on all the stuff. Right, Fire Striker. And these guys have no information on their page. So it's going to be, like, this one would be pretty easy to outrank. It wouldn't be very hard to outrank this one. We'll actually leave this one up because I'm going to use it for an example soon. Let's get rid of this one. So I've got the keyword, what do we do? Fire Striker. Where is it? We did the keyword Fire Striker, but it hasn't changed in here. So I'm going to put down Fire Striker on my notepad. So this is all I would do. I would go down and put Fire Striker because it has 26 competition. And I'll put 26. And I'll spend maybe an hour or something just going through. I'll enlarge this a bit for you guys so you can see. I'll spend a bit of time going through. So now what I can do is I can go to, let's have a look at some more. So competition 31 isn't too bad. Survival fire starter. Click on that. And it really just does all the work for you. So it's going to give you all the information that you need. And I will put that down. Oh, so what did we have before actually? Let's see what we got. It's not going to show us, so that's okay. But I'll put this one down as well. Fire Striker, and we've got 31, I think it was. So I've already got a couple of keywords there. And I'll just wait for this to do what it was going to do. And it's done its thing. So, oh yeah, we're on Fire Starter, but what were we on? Fire Striker. This one. We were on this one before. Sorry, the first one. So Fire Striker, yeah, 26. And you can just, like, if you want to do the easy way, you can just go down, right? And you find all Swedish Fire Starter, Survival Tools, Magnesium Block Fire Starter, all of these keywords here. Now, I would suggest sticking to 30 under competition for if you want to rank easily. But then again, these don't really necessarily matter because you should do some kind of research yourself. So what I would do is I'll go through, look at the top 10 sites and see what I can do better than what they're doing. And I could easily do better than this because they don't have much information on their page. All they're telling Google is really Fire Striker. That's it. But we'll cover that in another video. So let's go back to our little thing here. And all I would do is just put things like this into the tool. So best, I'm not going to go through all the functions of the tool because I don't really use it for much else apart from this. I just use it to basically gauge the difficulty and find other keywords related to the ones that I'm putting in. So best emergency fire starter. Now it's only got a volume of 70, not that much, but I think this will be easy to rank for. It's only 26, and all these other sites, like there's no Amazon here, no YouTube, so it'll be pretty easy to get to the top. I'm just going to look at a few of these and have a look. But all I'll do is write this down and then put 26. So we'll just do a couple of these because we're going to use them in some other videos. 26. Okay. And just have a check out the site. So they're blog posts, which tells me that we're going to have a lot of content to outrank these because these look like authority sites. So probably a bad keyword for Shopify, but we can do blog posts as well on our Shopify stores and then link back to the product in our store. So if we want to rank for the keyword, we can simply pay someone a few dollars to write us a blog post, and then we can link it back to our product. Now I will go over this in another training video. Don't worry, we'll cover all of this stuff as well. So what this tells me is if I want to rank for this specific keyword, I would probably have to do a blog post with good content. So I would write down here, blog post. And what I mean by that is the blog post so let's get out one of these blog posts, for instance. This has blog post ranking, so I'm going to need a lot more content, a lot more information to rank for it, as opposed to this one from before had minimal information for this keyword. So this keyword would actually be easier for me to rank for than this one, the best emergency fire starter. Even though it says it will be fairly easy, it would be if I did a blog post. So I hope that makes sense. So you know, most of you guys are going to be doing stuff like this, product descriptions and things like that. But you can also do blog posts for the harder keywords, is what I'm saying. So it's really up to you to do the research. But if you find a keyword where it's all blog post, you're going to have to do a blog post probably to outrank them because that's what Google wants to see. So let's go ahead and put another keyword in real quick. I'm not going to go through all of them, obviously. It would take a long time, but we're just going to go through a few so you get the idea of what I'm talking about here. Here we go. So it's nearly analyzed. I suspect this probably wouldn't have many search volume. So this one only has a search volume of 10. Probably not a good keyword. So I'm going to take that one off the list straight away. Search volume of 10, don't want that. That's a no-go. Where to buy emergency fire starter? Probably I suspect that the same thing's going to happen, but we'll try it anyway, just in case. We might find a bit of a gold mine here. Let's have a look. Enter. Let that load up. Okay, so this is loaded. I just cut the video because it took a while. This has absolutely no search volume, so once again, another useless keyword, but at least we tried. Buy fire starter. Let's have a look at this one. But like I said, you only need 1 or 2 keywords. You don't need a lot. So I'm just going through. I would usually spend maybe an hour going through finding the best precise keywords. I'm just doing this quickly for the video, but you get the idea. So 40 search volume and a score of 45. I wouldn't mess with this. The volume's below 100. If it was easy, I might go for it, but it's below 100 and it's 45. So not a good one either. We'll try one more. I will do the best survival fire starter again. We'll try one more and I'll show you what I would do in this situation. You can also pick where you want to find the keyword stats from. So Google suggests, Bing, YouTube, things like that. So let's have a look at this. And what are we doing here? So I think we've done this one before. So 28, is this on our thing? No, it's not. So best survival fire starter. Search volume of 260, pretty good, and score of 28. You need to remember 26 isn't a lot for some people, but because we're doing buyer keywords, we're good. That's good volume. And we'll hit that there. What was that? 28. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use these two keywords for our product and get rid of these ones. I will actually keep the blog post one for later tutorial, but for now we're going to concentrate on best survival fire starter and fire striker. Super easy keywords to rank for. We had a look at some stats. This one actually looks like it might be blog stuff as well, so that could possibly not be a good keyword. So what we might do is save this one for the blog post as well. I'll just double check everything, and we might just stick with fire striker because it was okay. So this one's a blog post as well, or like reviews and stuff. So we're not gonna use that keyword for that. Sorry, I'm just going through here. So what was it? Sorry, not fire striker. I got that mixed up. Hang on a second. Let's go back. That one. Okay. So we need to swap this one for this one. Now forget about the blog post stuff for now. I'm going to talk about this in a different video. So just forget about this right now. We're going to be talking about fire striker. This is the keyword I'm going to be targeting. So we'll just double check again, see what we've got. Now I know this isn't a buyer keyword, well specifically, but in this video I want to just keep things short, so I don't want to go through. It might take a while for me to actually find the buyer keywords, but you can find them on. What do we got here? So there's so best fire starter tool 70. What do we got here for keyword competition? 33, not too bad. Competition's not too bad. Search volume's a little bit low, but it's definitely doable. And then we've got steel striker. So there's heaps of stuff. Best flint fire starter. What do we got here? So you just find little gold mines through here. 27, awesome. And then we've got 110 search volume. This is a buyer keyword, remember? But it's also probably got blogs and stuff in here as well, which it looks like as well. But we'll just add this in here just for the example of this video that we're doing. So 27. Try and up. I like to target. Oh wow! I like to target 1 or 2 keywords. So we'll do 2. Okay. Right. So take some time to find a couple of good keywords to rank for. I will explain the blog post stuff and the product page in another video and explain to you what I'm talking about with that. But find a good tool. This one is quite good. There's a link below, like I said. And find good keywords. Now, I don't know any other course that's really teaching people, any other Shopify course that's teaching any people about this stuff. They tell about search engine optimization, ranking, and stuff like that. But they don't actually tell you that you need to do some good keyword research. It's very important. Because they'll tell you just go rank for some keywords. But you don't know what keywords to rank for. You don't know how hard they are. So you need to find out this information before you actually go and rank for them. So I hope this made sense to you. And this is what I do to find my keywords. And remember, you don't need high volume keywords. Anything from 100 plus is very, very good because it's people that are already looking to buy. So we'll move on to the next training video.